Hoorah, Space Marines, and welcome to my 100% playthrough of the 2023 remaster of Quake 264 on Nightmare. This is level 19, Command Core. And at last we have arrived in the Command Core. Mission 31, destroy the Guardians and shut down the core. 4 kills and 1 secret. So we have finally arrived in the final map of Quake 264, and look at these lovely tech panel textures. I really like these. But let's go ahead and get the last secret of the campaign. Step on this elevator, but immediately get off and fall down to find a suit of body armor and another power shield. And then teleport right back up here. So yes, the final level, our final adrenaline pack. And restock as much as you have to, because once you teleport into the room where the Guardians are, which is going to be 2 tank commanders and 2 Hornets, by the way, there is no going back. And I think the ultimate plan here is going to be to use probably grenades or rockets on the tank commanders, and the Hornets spawn in when the tank commanders die, not after both of them die. Like each Hornet will spawn in as the corresponding tank commander dies. So let's not waste any more time. We have an operation to stop. Commanders, bring it on. And here we go. And is it just me, or are these tank commanders friggin' ginormous? I think they're even taller than regular tanks. I mean, their size could just about compare to that of a super tank. But there goes one of the tank commanders. And fun fact, I think the original N64 version of this game, actually called these guys Guardians and Flying Guardians. So for the longest time, like, I knew that tank commanders were called tank commanders, but I didn't remember the Hornet. So I just called them Flying Guardians. But let's grab the Mega Health. Dodge their hyper blasters, which is what they have now, instead of a full-on set of twin chain guns, as well as their rocket launcher. They only fire 1 rocket at a time now instead of 4. But just spam them with BFG shots, and eventually they will fall. And by destroying them, we also destroy that thing, which I'm guessing is the thing that keeps the core together. So, that's it. We're done. Let's go ahead and take our final elevator ride out of this place. And it looks like the elevator takes us into a ceiling, but according to the Quake Wiki, it just takes you back to the planet's surface. But that's it. Quake 264 is completed. And it is quite a fun little game. Very quick. A very short game, but again, this is a campaign that was built initially for the N64. You know, levels had to be shortened in size, and we get a little enemy cast here, kind of like with Doom. Doesn't show what they're called, just shows them marching towards the camera, striking a pose, and then leaving. So we have the light guard right there. And yeah, so the maps were shortened, kill counts were lowered, some enemies had to be left out, and I guarantee it was due to memory limitations or RAM limitations on N64 cartridges. But for what it was worth, I think it was a very fun game. And so this game, along with Quake 64 and Doom 64, were all developed by the same company, Midway Games. And so Doom 64 came out first. It came out in 1997. Quake 64 came out in 98, which was essentially a direct console port of the original PC version of Quake, minus some of the levels, again, because of memory limitations. And then Quake 264 came out in 99. Apparently, Quake 64 didn't receive as warm a reception, because it was literally, like, people really liked the fact that the N64 quote-unquote versions of, you know, Doom was an entirely different campaign with a new set of levels and, you know, new enemy sprites and new weapon sprites and all that good stuff. So when they just pretty much ported the PC version of Quake to the N64 for Quake 64, people weren't really feeling it as much. It was fine for me because I didn't really have a PC at the time. I actually never even played the PC version of Quake until I got Steam and played it in like 2014 or 15. And I started using the Dark Places source port. So, in response to that, Midway decided to do the same thing with Quake 2 64 that they did with Doom 64, and just make it its own separate adventure with new levels, minus the few that were, you know, copy-pasted from the original PC version. And just, yeah, make it be its own thing, and I think it definitely fared better because of it. It's very short, like I said. You can probably beat the whole thing in less than 2 or 3 hours if you know where you're going and where to find everything. And if you don't get lost or turned around along the way, should be very, I mean, 3 hours definitely, 2 hours maybe. And, I wonder why those enforcers are escorting that Iron Maiden. One can only guess. But yeah, that's Quake 2 64, everyone. A nice fun little romp. Quick, mostly easy. There are some challenging moments. My god, that mutant looks creepy with these enhanced graphics. But Quake 2 64 is over, which means we have only one campaign left for the Quake 2 remaster, and that is the brand new campaign that was introduced with the remaster, Machine Games' own Call of the Machine. So that will be next, and it will be a very fitting finale to this remaster adventure. I'm going to spoil it a little bit right now. I don't really think Call of the Machine is as hard as Ground Zero. I think it is definitely harder than The Reckoning, but it's hard in a different way. Like, the difficulties of Ground Zero and Call of the Machine are different. Like, they're not challenging in the exact same ways, at least for the most part. But you'll see that when we get there. But be prepared. It is going to be one hell of a ride. So, until that time comes, everyone, that was Command Core. This was Quake 2 64. I hope everyone enjoyed it. I hope everyone has an amazing rest of their day or night. I am signing off for now, and that is the end of my daily upload schedule, at least for now. I might do that again for other games in the future. I don't know. I might. Instead of, you know, the usual Tuesday and Friday fare. But for Call of the Machine, because there are only 6 units, I will be going back to my normal Tuesday, Friday upload schedule like I have for the other more standard Quake 2 campaigns. And then from there on out, well, we'll just have to see what the future holds, won't we? So, until time to start Call of the Machine, everybody, I will be signing off for now, and I will see you all later. Bye-bye.